So let's talk about solutions. When you're solving a problem and you're asked to solve for x, we've done a lot of these in class where you get some equation. And I'm just going to make one up here. 2x minus 3 equals 7. When you're doing these problems, most of the time you get a normal answer. You put the line down the middle, you solve for x, you get x equals, and you get an answer down at the bottom. Well, there's different scenarios that can happen. This is not always going to be the case. You're not always going to get a nice answer. So let's say instead of having this problem, you had something else. Something that gives you more of a strange answer. Let's try this one. Let's make an example up. Let's say you had x plus 3 plus x equals 2 parentheses x minus 5. Write that down and, pause the video if you need to write. But let's put a line down the middle of this and try and solve for x. So you would start with probably the distributive property. 2 times x is 2x, minus 2 times 5 is 10. And on the other side, x plus x, why don't we put that together and make that 2x plus 3? And then you'd probably start moving things around a little bit here. Why don't we subtract the 3 over to this side, make it a minus 3. So we get 2x equals, we'll cancel the 3 out, another 2x, and minus 10 minus 3 is minus 13. And then maybe as the next step, we'll flip the 2x over, get the x's together, make it a negative 2x, and then this is where it's going to get weird. When you flip the 2x over, 2x minus 2x, well, that cancels. There are no more x's. I've seen some of you guys do this where you write 0x equals the whatever's on the other side, but I wouldn't even write that. I mean, I'd probably just write 0 and not even write 0x. We have 0, we have nothing over here, equals negative 13. And then you're done. You're at the very bottom. You're supposed to be solving for x and saying, what does x equal? But all the x's canceled out. Well, this is one of those weird cases where when all the x's totally cancel out, then obviously there must be kind of a strange answer. And in this case, we get 0 equals negative 13. Does 0 equal negative 13? I'm hoping you're saying no. I'm going to cross out the equal sign. 0 is not equal to 13. That makes no sense at all. So our answer for x is going to be x is no solution. There is no answer for x. It's not a possible solution. So we're going to write no solution. X is nothing. That's what this means. So sometimes you're solving these equations, all the x's go away, and you get this no solution answer. And you usually get something really weird at the bottom that makes not a lot of sense, like 0 equals 13. That doesn't make any sense in my world. So back over here, when we were talking about solutions, this is one of our types of answers. It's a no solution. And there's actually 3 types of answers that you can get. So make a list in your notes. We have our first type is called a no solution problem. Let's list this out. A no solution is when all the x's cancel and you get weird things like 0 equals negative 13 at the bottom of your answer. That doesn't make any sense. You could get all sorts of things. You could get things like 2 equals 5. Anything that doesn't make sense is kind of a no solution answer. So that's option 1. There are 2 more types of answers that you can get. So I'm going to write 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go through those. So no solution is one of them. Another type is called all real numbers. And this is when x is equal to everything. All real numbers means x equals everything. So we're going to look at what that looks like. And then the last type, type number 3, is a regular answer. You get just a number for your answer. Just a regular number, regular answer. We're used to these types. So this is the type where you get down to the bottom and you get like x equals 7 and you're done. Or x equals 4 and you're done. That's a regular, this is what we normally get. Most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, these are the answers you get, is just a regular answer. So we've got no solution, all real numbers, and then just a regular answer where you get a number for an answer. So those are your 3 types. So let's look at a new example here. Our next example is 3 parentheses 4 plus x equals x plus 12 plus 2x. Why don't you pause the video and solve this? Okay, so if you're unpausing the video, I'm going to put a line down the middle and see if you're doing this right. First step is to distributive property this 3. So 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 times x is 3x. Oops. So 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 times x is 3x. And on the other side we have x plus 12 plus 2x. I'm going to get some stuff together here. How about we flip one of these 12s over? So maybe flip this 12 over to make it a minus 12. And if I flip the 12s over, turns out the 12s are going to cancel out. 12 minus 12 is 0. So we get left with 3x's equals x plus 2x. And x plus 2x, I know that together is 3x's. So I end up getting this, 3x equals 3x, kind of a different answer. If I decided to flip one of the 3x's over, it'd turn into a negative, and that would cancel out. 3x minus 3x would cancel, which means everything's canceling out in this problem. Everything's going away, and I'm getting left at the bottom with a 0 and a 0. I get 0 equals 0. And most people, when they get all the way down to this for their answer, they usually think x is equal to no solution. They think, oh, the answer's no solution. What a weird answer. But it's actually not no solution. 0 does equal 0, doesn't it? I mean, this is true. 0 does equal 0. That's not a lie. So x in this case is equal to all real numbers. And what that means is that the answer for x is everything. X can equal 5, x can equal 10, x can equal 20. X is all numbers, all real numbers. That's what an all real numbers answer is. So you know, like when we were making that chart earlier, we said there are 3 types. There's no solution, all real numbers, and a regular answer. Well, all real numbers is when you get things like, I'm going to write it up here, 2 equals 2, or 0 equals 0. When you're solving for x and you get left at the bottom with something like 2 equals 2, or 0 equals 0, or 4 equals 4. Things that make sense. These are all true statements. 4 does equal 4. That's how I know that the answer is all real numbers. See how it's different than no solution? No solution, you get like 0 equals 13, things that don't make sense. So that's kind of the difference. Why don't you guys try another one here? So next example, solve for x. 2 parentheses x plus 2 equals 4. See what kind of answer this is. Pause the video. Okay, so line down the middle, see if you did it right. You do 2 times x, 2 times 2. You get 2x plus 2 times 2 is 4 equals 4. Then, most likely, you probably thought, let's flip the 4 over, make it a negative 4. And 4 minus 4 is 0. It's going to wipe out, so those are gone. So then I get 2x equals 0. Now, you might say, this looks like a no solution. What a weird answer. But it's not really a no solution. Let's divide by 2 on both sides, like you normally would. So the 2's are gone. So you get x equals 0 divided by 2 is 0. This is a regular answer. X is equal to 0. It's a weird answer because it's 0, but it's x equals 0. It's a normal answer. So it's not no solutions, it's not no solutions, it's not in all real numbers. It's x equals 0. That's our answer. Okay, so try another one here. Now we have 2 parentheses 3 plus x minus 6 equals 2x. Pause the video again and see what this one turns out to be. Okay, so you're unpausing the video. We're going to give this thing a try. This time I'm hoping you distributive property and did 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2 times x is 2x minus 6 equals another 2x. And then I don't know what you decided to do after this step. There's a lot of choices. Maybe you flipped one of the 2x's over. Possibly made it a negative 2x. If you did that, the 2x flips over, and 2 minus 2 is 0 x's. Now we have nothing over here. We have 0. And on the other side, we have a 6 minus 6. And 6 minus 6 is also 0. So we get a 0 and a 0. And if you get all the way down to 0 equals 0, what kind of answer is 0 equals 0? What does x equal if that's what you end up getting? Well, 0 equals 0 is an all real number situation. So we get all real numbers as our answer. Kind of an odd answer, so all real numbers. Okay, so hopefully you're getting the hang of it. There are 3 types of questions. There's no solution, There is all real numbers. And then there's the most common thing, which is x equals a regular answer, a number. So you get some sort of a number. And so those are your 3 different things that you can get. And so we're just going to practice this in class a lot until we get it down.